Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome to Ask Klamath. This is episode 6 of season 1, broadcasting live right here inside Gathering Grounds Roastery. This is a wonderful place for this. Our guest today, Todd Hoggarth, who is the fair manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. Fair's coming up next week. This was a great time to actually get you on the show, and thank you for being here. I know your team is having a hard time getting away, letting you get away.
Yeah, we're kind of running amok right now, but we're getting it all lined out. So.
Well, awesome. Well, friends, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Ask Klamath is a Ask Me Anything style talk show that we have here on Facebook. It's we're going to take your questions live right here through the comments. If you've got a question for Todd, go ahead and put that in the comments, and we're going to actually get to those at the end of the show. Last Monday, I did ask for some questions on the Facebook page. We have a few of those questions. We have a few of my own that we're going to ask you. And a little bit about you, Todd. I'm going to actually read this here so I don't screw it up. Todd is the fair manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. He is the Area 5 director of the Oregon Fairs Association, which includes Klamath, Jackson, Josephine, and Curry County.
And Coos. Yep.
And Coos County, okay. Todd is a member of the Western Fairs Association, International Association of Fairs and Expositions. He's the past president of the Kingsley Bowman. He is a past 4-H leader and a coach of some youth sports as well.
Sure.
So, Todd, that's quite a resume you got going on there. But I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Lived here my entire life. Went to work at the fairgrounds right out of high school. Went and did some other stuff. Went back to the fairgrounds. Worked a few more years. Left there. Did some other things that worked for the county and other facets, and then came back when the kids were getting out of school, and went back to work and ended up manager again. So
wonderful. It's good to see you.
But manager.
It's good. Well, you kind of bounced around a little bit, so you're back. You've been back. This is what, your 4th fair as manager?
This will be my 5th fair.
5th fair as manager.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about fair here in a little bit, but before we do, I do want to mention that we've been running a contest all season long. We've been asking for your questions live on the air. And if we asked your question live on the air, you've been entered into a drawing to win a prize pack courtesy of the fairgrounds. That's going to include admission for the whole weekend, 2 tickets to see Cody Johnson, 2 tickets for the Friday night rodeo, 2 for Saturday night, 2 carnival wristbands, and a $10 food voucher. So I want to thank you for being a sponsor of the show. The fairgrounds have been a sponsor all season. You probably have seen, if you've been watching, you've seen their commercials before. If you haven't, you'll see them today. And thank you for doing that.
Thank you for what you're doing. I mean, you've been a great friend to us. I don't think there's been too much out there that you've missed, so we appreciate that.
Well, thank you. We're going to be doing that drawing at the end of the show, as well as another drawing that we did. It was a subscriber drawing if you subscribe to our email list as well. So, but with that said, please don't get upset if we don't ask your questions, because we can't get to them all. With all that housekeeping kind of out of the way, Todd, what is the role of the fair manager?
To oversee the daily functions at the fairground and events. I do the budget, answer to the fair board. I'm also a department head with the county, so it gets a little strange there. So I have the commissioners also, but it's a great job. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You know, we have a staff of 8. Full-time employees. The fairgrounds is open 7 days a week till 9 o'clock every night. So, it takes a few people. We have over 460 events a year.
Now, wait a minute. 460 events a year? That's more than we have days in the calendar.
Yeah, it's it's what it is. We're pretty booked out for most of our buildings. We have a couple buildings that we can usually set something up, but event center, hall 1, indoor arena, they're booked out. So, and if you put that into perspective, most of those are on a weekend also. So there's multiple weekends where there's something in every building. More than multiple. I mean, most of them, there's something in every building. If we have a slow time, it's maybe October. but I don't want to say it's slow because it's.
Well, the second you say it's slow, somebody's gonna be like, I want that weekend.
Yeah, and it's white. Todd said it's slow one in October. I should be able to get that. But we really don't. We don't have a downtime. We go from event to event.
So back to back, your team, you have one event on a Saturday, Sunday, and you got another one next weekend. You're just in the middle of the week. You're turning it and getting ready, right?
That's exactly what they do. They'll tear down the event on Monday, clean the building on Tuesday, start bringing in what it needs on Wednesday and Thursday for the next setup, and usually that event shows up on Friday. Speaking of the event center. Same with the other buildings. I mean, it's they're a little smaller. You can do a few more things during the week, but weekends, it's.
Well, a good example of that would actually be this year's fair, right? Thursday night, you got Cody Johnson coming in and playing, so you're gonna have a whole stage, lighting, sound, everything, because some of that gets buried in the dirt and everything too.
Actually buried in the dirt, yeah.
And then the next night, you have a rodeo, so that all has to go out, and the chutes and everything.
Not only does it have to go out, but it's out and. We could buck out horses at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, there are many people working through the night to have it ready for the next day.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So, in your bio, you have an area director of the Oregon, the OFA is my notes here, the Oregon Fairgrounds Association, right?
Oregon Fairs Association.
What is the area director? What do you do?
I gather information from the other fairs for a lot of different reasons, so that we have the information of how many people in the state of Oregon visited fairs throughout the year. I'm I guess their liaison to the OFA board, which is I want to say a 9-member board, and we report whatever issues they're having, and then we have a kind of a managers meeting, spring conference, and then our big conference in October. So,
okay.
But it's just so that, and it's good for the fairs because they're also different. They're funded different. They're ran different. There's plenty of fairgrounds in the state that don't have a manager, that the fair board, which is always volunteers, actually runs those fairgrounds, scheduling, budgeting, everything without a manager. There are some that have more employees than us. There are some that have no employees. There are some that have, a few, maybe a live-on guy, which, we do too. But yeah, they're all different.
So with all the different things that you do, and maybe this is a catch-22 of this kind of question, but what is your favorite part of the job?
I guess the people, the people that I work with and the people that come into the fairgrounds and use the facilities. You just get to meet so many different people. I mean, if something's happening in Klamath on a large scale, it's usually at the fairgrounds. So it gives you the opportunity to help those people with their event and set up and just get to know the community.
That's awesome. And people's a double-edged sword, isn't it, though?
Oh yeah, because there's some of them that you could skip meeting also, but no, most of the time it's a pretty good job.
Well, very good. Well, Todd, we're going to actually take a commercial break. We're going to be right back with more of your questions from Todd Hoggarth, the manager at the fairgrounds.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Hello friends, Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. Today's guest, Todd Hoggarth, the fair manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. This segment is brought to you by Ace Towing. Ace wants to remind you, you just actually saw their commercial. Ace Towing wants to remind you, if you see lights and siren of emergency vehicles, to please slow down and move over if you can. And if you're in assistance of needing some help on the road, be sure to give them a call, 541-884-9388. Put that number into your cell phone because you're going to need that number at some point, and then you're going to be like, what was it? So 884-9388. They'll help you with jump starts, lockouts, if you run out of fuel, tire changes, and unfortunately, if it happens, a collision tow, and others. 541-884-9388. Todd, you ready for some more questions?
Sure.
All right. So we talked a little bit about what you do as the fair manager and things like that, and you a little brief about what the fairgrounds is. But what are some of the biggest events that people might not realize actually happens at the fairgrounds?
Oh man, we have Bull Sell in February, which is probably our biggest event. Brings the most people in other than fair. We have Dog Show, which is another huge event. Brings a lot of people in.
And they're in for like 2 weeks of the year, aren't they?
They are, and you know, the RV area is slammed with them. And that's a great partnership. We've Dog Show and the fairgrounds, since the event center has been built, I think pretty much have been something that we've had every year. Same with Bull Sell. Pat Clinic is another very good partnership. They're there every year, year after year, making their event better and better. The economy's dipped, and some events struggle, but they're all doing really well. We personally have fair and 2 auctions, but yeah, I mean we have tons of big events.
So you say you have fair and the auctions. I was going to ask you, do the fairgrounds produce these events that happen, or are they more of a third party that comes in?
No, so the fairgrounds, in all aspects, basically is a rental facility. We rent out the facility, so if you go to a monster truck show, a promoter has come to us and said, how much would it be to rent your building? We then, will rent him the facility, and he will put on the show. He will put on the production. He will do the advertising. He will sell the tickets. We might sell the tickets for him in the office, but we're not putting on that show. Rodeo, Jamie's Bull Mania, which is another big event that we have. All of those events are just that individual is renting the facilities and putting on that event. He's recouping the gate costs. Those are all coming to him. We're getting the rental fees from them, and then that's how we're sustaining ourselves through the rentals.
Okay. So a lot of rentals happen, and that's kind of the business model of the fairgrounds, right? So
sure.
And actually, we're going to get over to more like the revenue side of things here in just a moment. But I do want to ask, when you were talking, you're a liaison, or not? Maybe that's the wrong word that you said earlier. But being that it's a county facility, or Klamath County is in the name.
Sure. Is
it a county facility? Is it a government organization within the county government? How does that work?
So the Board of County Commissioners appoint the Fair Board, and the Fair Board controls the fairgrounds. But we all have to work as partners, and we have a great group of people doing that now. The fairgrounds is owned by the county and ran by the Fair Board. The commissioners appoint the Fair Board, and like I said, as for me, I answer to the Fair Board and the BCC. But so it's a really, really weird department in the county, and everybody's made that work. But it is a strange facet, because the fairgrounds does get ran by the fair board, and we have a liaison on the board that's a voting member, which is Derek DeGroot right now. And that's worked out really, really well. So
does the fairgrounds receive tax dollars?
we receive no tax dollars. Nothing from your paycheck is coming to the fairgrounds. We get transient room tax. So if somebody stays in a hotel, we get a portion of that, as well as the museums, tourism, and the incorporated cities in the county. We get, that's a major part of our budget. We get what we revenue in rentals, and then we get a small amount of money from the state to put on the fair. It doesn't cover what we spend to put on the fair, but it helps. And the smaller counties, the smaller fairs, it's huge. Sometimes it's their only budget. So some of that money from the OFA, not from OFA, but some of that information from the OFA is what helps sustain that, because that's, everybody's fighting for those lottery dollars, and that's where it's coming from the state. I think it's 56,000 now. So the information about how many people are going to fair, how many kids are using the 4-H program, all of that information is sent back and calculated and put together through OFA, and then dispersed to lobbyists and whoever we need to, our congressmen, senators, for that information. But that's kind of how that.
And you said that the state's kind of kicking towards a little over 50,000, 56,000 or so.
I think it's 53 for the last year and this year.
That actually doesn't go very far. It might sound like a big number to a lot of people, but when you're doing a fair, it doesn't, because
that doesn't pay for entertainment.
For example, Cody is probably at least half that, right?
Yeah, and Cody's just, he's a part of what we pay for, but you have the stage people. A lot of the stuff is stuff we pay for to be there, that they don't charge for. So all of that comes out of the fairgrounds budget, and it all comes out of the top dollar. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all coming out of the same place, basically. The fairgrounds does have a fairground budget and a fair budget, but they're all kind of tied in together.
Okay, so just a kind of a quick recap, there is no direct tax dollars like coming out of your paycheck that go into
absolutely
paying your paycheck, right?
Right. There's no general fund dollars going to the fairgrounds.
Okay, and there's some money come from the state, but you guys are pretty much self-sufficient funding yourself.
Right, through the TRTs and our rentals.
Very good. Well, 400 and some rentals every year. That's pretty impressive.
We're doing well, and it's constantly trying to make it better. I think we've come a long ways in the 4 years, but we've still got a lot to do, and we've got big plans for the future. But you can only do so much each year, and we're making those strides. And we did a lot of work this year. So.
Okay. Well, speaking of a lot of work, the fairgrounds in this last year has gone through a lot of improvements.
Sure. Both
cosmetically, some things behind the scenes. Can you talk a little bit about those improvements?
Flower beds have been torn out and new ones put in. We've painted Hall 1, put a new roof on the entire building. Just constantly working at improving. Extension helps us out a lot of ways. They bring in new panels for fair. The 4-H part of that is kind of their side of it. So we've got new arena pins for showmanship and stuff for the indoor arena. But yeah, every year, I think the fairgrounds personally looks as good as it's looked in a long time. But that we have an outstanding summer crew this year that have worked really, really hard to make it look as nice as it looks. One of the big complaints when I first got the job, one of the things I hear the most is there's no grass. There's no grass. So in the last 4 years, we put in 3 lawns. They're just kind of in obscure places where people don't realize they're there. But we also have 2 infields. There's 56 acres there, and a lot of it's grass. It's just not the interior part, but we're working on that, and we're working on a plan to, that would cool the whole place down and be a little more.
A little bit more green space, not a bad idea.
A little more fair friendly, I guess.
Right. And speaking of the grass and lawns and stuff, you guys made a decision this year that you weren't going to irrigate, so that you were helping farmers so that water can actually go down the canal to somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Other than July 4th, we watered the south infield, and a couple days ago we watered the north infield for the carnival that was coming in, just so that if somebody dropped a cigarette butt or something, we didn't have a little issue at the fairgrounds. But we just felt that it wasn't water we needed to make an infield pretty. That's got a 5-day use really. So it was something that the fair board felt pretty good about. So we just haven't used the water.
Well, good. Well, Todd, thank you for answering those questions. We're actually going to take another commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Hello friends, Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. We're speaking today with Todd Hoggarth, who is the fair manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. I do want to mention that this segment is brought to you by Klamath Spine and Rehab and Sports Center. Dr. Ma has created a world-class rehab center perfect for patients recovering from joint surgery, car accidents, and more. You can learn more about Dr. Ma and his team, what they can do for you at klamathspine.com. So, Todd, we're like a week out from fair.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
And I appreciate you being here because I know you got so many other things you got to be doing. Maybe you don't want to do them, but you got to be doing them.
Got to be doing them.
So let's talk a little bit about fair.
We call it organized chaos.
Organized chaos.
You can call it what you want. Yeah,
it's like herding cats.
Yeah, it's like herding chickens. Yeah, sure.
So fair this year is actually a week early, right?
Right. It's actually a couple weeks early. We went from the end of October. I think we were August 22nd. Last year. Now we're August 2nd through the 5th. So, and a big reason for that is basically the kids, which is the whole reason for the whole thing. But kids were having to choose between high school sports and 4-H, and the board felt pretty strong about moving that forward, which creates a lot of chaos because breeders breed, for a certain time of the year for the kids, and so everybody had to kind of forward some stuff. But I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a really good thing for us. We'll see. Okay.
Well, kind of a rundown of what's going on this year at Fair. Thursday, you got Cody Johnson coming in. Can you talk a little bit about who Cody is for people who might not be in the know?
Yeah. So Cody Johnson, he hasn't signed with any of the major labels. He's his own guy. He's his own label. So he doesn't get a lot of radio play, but he is awesome. He's selling out everywhere. He's got, I couldn't even tell you his YouTube numbers. I mean, it's in the millions. And a little bull rider that's taken up a guitar and started singing, and he's just awesome. He's really, really good. We were super, super excited to get him. That's for my crew. They love the super. Anyways, yeah, we're really excited to have Cody Johnson. Yeah.
So Friday and Saturday is the rodeo. It's kind of been tradition for as long as I can remember as well to have the rodeo.
Sure.
Friday and Saturday nights. But one thing that is kind of unique, though, isn't it, is when people pay the gate admission, they can go to those events, can't they?
They can go to Cody Johnson. Just pay your $5 and you can go see Cody Johnson. If you want to be down on the dirt in what we call the party zone, it's $20 ticket, and you can buy those at the fairgrounds, Big R. The rodeo, you buy
Coastal for those who.
Coastal. Yeah. The rodeo, you buy a ticket at the front of the.
So they have a separate ticket for
rodeo. They do have a
Okay.
separate ticket for rodeo, yeah. Friday and Saturday.
And then Sunday's Rotary Auction.
Sunday's Rotary Auction. Sunday's the kids' day. That's where all their hard work comes to, be, and they make the money that they've worked hard for, which is the whole point of the whole thing, as far as we're concerned. So we don't do a lot to compete with Rotary. We will have some people down on the main stage by the food court. There'll be entertainers and stuff, but for big entertainment and stuff, we're not going to compete with the kids for those buyers. I want the buyers in there with the kids. So.
Yeah, it's very important. And if you haven't been to it before, it can be actually quite emotional for a lot of those kids because it's a difficult time and whatnot. And remember last year there was an issue with wasn't a young lady who was in a car accident, and somebody else was showing her animal for her.
Right.
And it was a pretty emotional time. So Carnival, the Wold Amusements is coming back this year.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you've been driving by the fairgrounds, you've probably already seen them setting up, and they're already getting their gear in place, their rides in place.
Yeah, they showed up yesterday.
And you were telling me off camera, or maybe Dawn was telling me off camera, that they're even bringing more stuff this year.
Yeah, it'll be bigger than last year. Jason was a great find, and I mean, just a great guy. He mostly does California, Nevada fairs, but he really likes Oregon. He loves it up here. His crew complimented our community just over and over, which he wasn't used to. His crew coming to him and telling him, "We want to come back, boss. We want to come back. We love it here. The people are so nice." So that's nice to hear when somebody tells you that. But he's excited to come back. He really likes the community. Kind of guy that first year here, and he gave, I think, $500 to the Rotary auction for the to help buy a kid's animal. So. Just a great guy, great carnival, great people working for him, and we're lucky. It's really, really hard to get a carnival in Klamath. We're off the I-5 corridor. There's not a lot of carnival companies in the state anyway, and when your fair is competing against the Portland fairs and Deschutes, they're not going to come down. We had some really subpar carnivals for a little bit. Reached out to Jason, and it kind of worked with his schedule just to jump across the border. So he had to go through some hoops to get here. Last year, he had to get all his stuff licensed by Oregon and stuff, but we love him. We're happy he's here. So
good. It's their carnival is always nice to have. But,
oh yeah.
Fair isn't only about the carnival.
No, absolutely.
It is about the kids and the animals and the 4-H and the FFA and things like that. And there's a lot of things going on there. Now, I think this is your second year doing this. You have something called Climb for the Cause.
Right.
And it's to go to the Archie Lindman Scholarship, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I think we're at like $36,000 for the Archie Lindman Scholarship. That goal is to get to 50, so it's perpetual and there forever for kids to get that. I think we gave 2 away this year I know we did. We gave two away for $1,000 each, and that's the plan, is to always have that there, the Archie Lindman Scholarship. So we're a little ways away from our goal, but. Yeah, that's what we're going to do with that.
And that's like a rock wall or something.
It's a rock wall, yeah.
And people can climb the rock wall.
Right.
Okay.
And the proceeds to that will go to the scholarship.
Right. And there is admission at the gate, right? Unfortunately, a lot of Oregon fairs have had to go to that.
Sure, it's
right?
$5 admission.
$5 admission at the gate. But with that, you get to check out all the animals and things. And one of the things that you guys have put together, some free attractions. Some of those included, and I'll let you touch on them if you want to, the Tumbleweed Ponies is going to be there. There's a puppet theater, a walk on the wild side. They've got those animals. That's pretty cool. The Family Fun Tent, buck trout.
Yeah, buck trout.
Oakley the Treeman.
Right.
That should be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures
Well,
of that.
you might walk by him and not know you did, but it's kind of a cool
It's
thing.
a guy on stilts dressed like a tree that's he's an entertainer. And then there is Steve's Balloons is going to be back as well.
Right.
So there's some great things happening there. You got stuff happening on the K-Lad stage as well as the main stage, and then entertainers such as Charles
Peacock.
I think it's Peacock. He was an AGT finalist for America's Got Talent. The ventriloquist Steve Cheney will be here, an illusionist Hart Keen.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the other things here that's kind of cool is with your rodeo ticket and your party zone ticket for the concert, there's kind of an after party too, isn't there? The catch pin, right?
Right. So the catch pin's an adult after party, just a place to go meet up with your friends, have a drink. It's chill. It's really cool. We have awesome bands in there. Showdown, if you've been there, you've been to Showdown, they're really good. Billy Lund, we're excited to have him this year. But yeah, it's fun. It's something new we're doing, and it's really picked up steam. So
very cool. Yeah, the catch pin's always kind of a cool, fun kind of thing to do after the rodeo.
Concert, rodeo. Yeah, it's the only day it's not open is Sunday.
Very good. If you guys see us swatting things around in it, there's a fly. Just one fly just going round and round. It's landed on the mic a couple times. Maybe you've heard it. But anyway. So with that, we're actually going to take a break here in just a moment. But before we do, I want to remind you guys that to ask your questions in the comments below, we're going to actually ask Todd some of those questions live in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Hello friends, Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. We're coming live to you once again for Ask Klamath. Our guest today, Todd Hoggarth, Fair Manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. And I want to actually give a quick shout out. Gathering Grounds Roastery is actually where we are here today. We broadcast live from them for our first season here of Ask Klamath. And Jason has been super gracious to allow us to be here. And I want to give a quick shout out to him and his crew for allowing us to be here and film Ask Klamath all season long. This is our 6th episode. We will be taking a break through August because of Fair and because of the Two Lake Fair coming up and a few other things that we got going on in the structure of Klamath Falls News. Some great things coming your way. When we come back, we may be in a new space that is all our own. So I want to be sure to give these guys a quick shout out and thank them for everything that they do and putting up with us coming in here and setting up. So Thank you. So, Todd, we were talking yesterday in a production meeting. And in the meeting, you were talking about some stuff I wasn't even aware of. You guys are working on a 10-year plan.
Right.
And on this 10-year plan, you have plans for an upgraded outdoor arena as well as a convention center. Can you talk a little bit about what that 10-year plan?
Right. So, I mean, it's in the baby stages. We have talked to an engineering firm. We'll probably go out to bid on that at some point, but there's a lot to do prior to that. We want a great outdoor arena, at least hold 4,000. And we've got some good bones there, but it's going to need some work. And then just a lot of plans, new barns. But the convention center, we turn down a lot of events that we just don't have the breakout rooms for. We have a board member that did work at Running Y, and the same thing was found out there. They just don't have the breakout rooms for them. So I think we're turning things away from the basin that could be basically making money for all of us if we could get some of these bigger events. So that's kind of what our thinking is. And then basically the fairgrounds was developed with horse racing in mind, and that's really not who we are at all anymore. And there's a lot of footprint there that's not being utilized to its best. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Like I said, it's the beginning stages, but I think in 10 years from now, you're going to see a vastly different fairgrounds.
So are these kind of the two major things that you guys are thinking of over the next 10 years, or is there anything else that you're kind of stewing on?
No, I mean, I think, well, there's a lot, but you don't want to put it out there until you know that's the direction you're going in. But I can say with a lot of confidence that the face of the fairgrounds will change a lot in the next 10 years. And I don't think we're that far off on an outdoor arena, which changes fair totally. I mean, we could have 3 nights of concert. Rodeo could start bucking out at 2:00 in the afternoon. And by the time they're done, we can be starting our concert series where there's a concert every night in that event center. I mean, to go see Cody Johnson for $5 is unheard of. To go see any of the entertainment we've had for $5 is unheard of. And maybe a lot of people don't realize that, but kind of stepping back a little bit and going away from where we were. But if you pay your $5, you can go see Cody Johnson. I don't think you can do that at another fair or anywhere else. I just, it's super, super cheap. So if you could do that every night of fair, that'd be awesome. It'd sure be a lot easier on us if rodeo was in the outdoor arena and had the seating that is needed for rodeo. Rodeo, there's been plenty of rodeo where we put 3,200 to 3,600 people in that event center, and so you definitely don't kick rodeo out to the outdoor arena.
That's why it's I'm trying to ignore it. It's just doing its thing.
I think it's harder for me to ignore it. Anyway, so that's where we're headed. I mean, we've got a lot of plans. We definitely could use another outdoor arena, a smaller one, or another indoor arena. We could always use more RV hookups. That's something that's in the works that we'll have, probably in the next year, for sure. We really wanted to have that in by fair this year, but it didn't pan out. With the new roof and the new painting and the new fascia on Hall 1, we kind of, limited ourselves on what we could do. With
there was a lot of work done there, and you're actually going to be, or you're either in the process or have officially renamed that, correct? Or
right.
It's not just Exhibit Hall 1 anymore.
No, that's the Archie Lindman Hall, and as soon as we get the letters up, and we'll have kind of something official on in the press. But that's the Archie Lindman Hall. We lost Archie last year, and great fairgrounds advocate. So he was a good guy.
Well, very good. Unfortunately, he will be missed, but I think it's really good with what you guys are doing, naming that in his honor. Let's take a look and see if we have any comments and questions.
I saw Liz Taylor commented. She needs to get back to work, Liz.
Dan Gurley. Todd, you look great. Matthew Bryan, you too? Yeah. Of course.
Me and Dan went to school together. He's a good guy.
I'm sorry.
He was a good guy. I don't think he is anymore. But.
Lots of just shout outs, thumbs up. Elizabeth says, I think this is one of your employees again.
Yeah.
She says, who's Cody Johnson?
Yeah, she's not funny.
What about, Mary says, what about open fair?
What a Mary
Actually, I think it's your Mary Hoggarth.
Mary Hoggarth? Well, she knows all about open fair. So there's two things to fair. There's open fair and there's 4-H. So in almost everything except the livestock that a kid can enter something in 4-H, you can also enter in open fair. So the blue building, Hall 2, is all 4-H exhibits. Open fair, which is, you know, your pies, your sweaters, your paintings, your pictures, those are in the Lindman Hall in the meeting rooms, A and B. And then we have the vendors behind them. But so that's what open fair is. And it's all during the same time.
Have people already started dropping off for open fair yet?
No, they'll start. I think they start on Monday, actually.
Monday. So somebody can still get in.
I'm pretty sure I don't know. I honestly,
call the fairgrounds office?
Call the fairgrounds office and find out.
There you go.
Ask Dawn, but I think we're past that. But
okay.
Pretty sure.
All right. So, Brandon Powell says, I missed one part of the interview. Is a small amphitheater something that could work?
Well, a small amphitheater is something that would fit into the outdoor arena, having more capacity, you know. And that's definitely something we could do once you open up the event center, because a lot of the events in there.
Maybe that was our fly.
Yeah,
I don't know. Did you hear that?
He's
That's
zapped. That's definitely something we could do. It would have to be in that same footprint, but yeah, I mean, keeping that in mind in the design flow of the whole thing is something that we're going to do, because you could definitely have outdoor concerts.
Okay. Looking over here one more time to see if we have any other questions. I'm not seeing anything, so we're actually going to move on. We actually, because all season long, this is actually our season finale of our Ask Klamath. It's our first season. We just went 6 episodes to kind of work out the kinks and the bugs and the flies, work out the flies.
Saved the best for last, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we saved it. Well, you couldn't pick a better time, right?
No, it was great timing.
All season long, we've been asking for your comments that we can ask on air, your questions on air, and those people were actually put into a drawing that the fairgrounds put together a prize pack for us for. We actually have 2 season tickets, which is going to get you passes all weekend long.
Right.
2 tickets to see Cody Johnson. 2 tickets to the Friday night rodeo, 2 tickets to the Saturday night rodeo, 2 carnival wristbands, and you're throwing in $10 in food.
Wow. I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad about it. No.
I want one of these. So in this, over here to the side, inside this here, we have all the names of people who contributed. Would you like to draw one for us?
Sure, I'd love to.
Let's see who's going to walk away with all this goodness.
I don't like that one. Here, I'm going to let you read it, because there might be something on there you don't want it to say.
Oh, well, no, we can totally do this one. Episode 1, which featured Commissioner Kelly Minty Morris, and Billy Hinton Owens asked us a question. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that on camera or not. But Billy, I'll be in contact with you. You had just won the prize pack for courtesy of the fairgrounds. And to go along with that, we actually also had a second thing that we were giving away for people who were subscribing to our page on our website, and to get our morning updates. And if you haven't been able to do that, head over to klamathfallsnews.org and click on the thing there that says subscribe. We actually had 180 people subscribe.
Cool.
And we're going to give away a pair of tickets randomly to somebody out of that 180. And we're just going to head over and do a random number draw between 1 and 180. I'm just queuing this up right here. Google decided to reset. We are going to be number 147, going down the list. 147 will be S.E. Gruner. Just your email. You didn't put your name or anything on that. So I will be actually sending you an email so you can claim your 2 free tickets. Todd, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think you hammered it pretty good. You covered most of the things I would have talked about. A couple that I wouldn't have. But no, it's all right.
Well, very good. Now, you couldn't do fair without your help, right?
Oh, gosh, no.
You've got
And I've got
like a
awesome.
staff of 8, and then you bring in a whole bunch of high schoolers too, don't you?
Yeah, about 18 summer employees.
Yeah, so if
and
you're-
most of them are high school. Yeah.
If you're watching this, you better be getting back to work.
Yeah,
Just because he's
absolutely.
away doesn't mean he ain't watching you.
Right. I know
No,
who
but
you are.
but it's a great thing. You guys have crews all over, and it's everything from
we have-
getting things ready for the next events to
We
picking
have-
up trash.
We have great kids, great crew. We have doctors, lawyers, policemen that have all worked for us that are now out in the community doing great things. So yeah, it's really I love it when we hire our summer kids.
It's almost a rite of passage.
Yeah, it's fun. It gives you somebody to mess with other than the normal people, you know.
Well, very good. Todd, thank you very much. We are going to be wrapping this up here shortly. I do want to thank Todd for being our guest on our season finale of Ask Klamath. I hope it went well for you.
Oh, that was great.
Congrats to our 2 winners. What was it? S.E. Gruner. I will be reaching out to you via email for your 2 tickets to go see Cody Johnson. And Billy Hinton Owens, you're going to get the prize pack. Congratulations. I do want to shout out to our sponsors, Excel Auto Body, the Klamath County Fairgrounds. Thank you for being a sponsor. Klamath Spine and Rehab and Ace Towing. We couldn't put this show on without you. Ask Klamath is a production of Klamath Falls News. It's hosted by myself, Brian Gailey. Off camera is our show producer, monitoring audio and switching, is Damian Johnson. Oh, and there he is. He went to commercial instead of going to him. If you did not catch the entire live broadcast, don't worry. As soon as Facebook does its magic, you can watch it, rewatch it anytime. You can also go back and watch past episodes on AskKlamath.com. We are booking for Season 2 as well as accepting sponsorships in Season 2. That also can be found at AskKlamath.com. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, let the world know. We are going to be taking a break for Ask Klamath during the month of August. We'll return September 12th, where our guest will be the new Klamath County School District Superintendent. And I know I'm going to butcher his name until he corrects me. Glenn Seismoniak? Maybe?
That's right.
I don't know. Could be. I'm going to have to get that one confirmed. But I'm Brian Gilly on behalf of Todd Hoggarth. We thank you for watching. We'll see you around the basin. See you guys.